Wheat prices are down this morning after a bounce late last week. Why are prices down today?
Last week we had heard there was going to be a meeting in Russia with the ministers and the exporters to talk about export limits. They had the meeting, they came out and they said we're not going to have any limits. So all the prices that we put in anticipation of that, we're taking it out. The problem is this could be a good buying opportunity for end users because eventually Russia is expected to run out of wheat for export before their next harvest.
Corn prices also bounced higher on Friday. Why is this? And it's noteworthy that the December open interest is over 1 million contracts for the first time ever. Can you comment on what this might mean for the corn market?
Well, the corn market is dealing with two major factors, opposing factors. Number one is you're going to have a harvest of a record crop. Number two, you're also going to have record demand. And so I think it's a combination of a record crop, record demand, and there's a big play in the options to figure out which way this market's going to go. And it probably is going to go higher. And so you've got all these things that suggest that for the first time ever, we've got 1 million contracts open in the December contract.
Turning to the beans, Steve, much of the news is bearish with the ongoing trade war with China, but prices are trying to stabilize. What's your read on the soybean market?
It's interesting that Argentina's government is a mess. They're broke, and the IMF says they have to increase revenue and reduce costs in order to get bridge loans to help their government. So over the weekend, they announced that they were going to put tariffs on and export taxes on corn and wheat, which they'd never had before, and increase export taxes on soybeans, soybean meal, and soybean oil. So number one, that could make them less competitive in the export market. But number two, we'll have to see what the farmers want to do in planting crops in which they're going to get less money for.
Looking at the weather, Steve, the U.S. Midwest has seen above normal rains the past 7 days, and the 7-day forecast calls for even more rain. Is this hurting the crop, perhaps delaying maturity? And what is the effect for basis?
I think it could delay the crop. So far in the South, what we're hearing is that the soybean yields are better than expected, and corn yields are a little less. So I think that it's not going to really change the overall picture. But right now, we've seen like Central Illinois corn basis rally 15 cents from Friday in fear, number one, that the crop may be delayed in harvest, but more importantly, that the farmer may not sell at these prices.
Finally, Steve, any thoughts about the next USDA report due out on September 12th?
All of the indications are that the corn crop's a little smaller and the bean crop could be much bigger. So if you just trade that thing, you would actually think the USDA, after the numbers come out, corn might rally a little bit and beans might drop a little bit.